So let's look at this question here, which is on solving this equation here, which is a pretty interesting one because we have different angles here, which is 4x, 2x, and 3x. I think generally what we will say is change it to the same angle. So the 4, 2, and 3, it seems like we could use double angle to possibly change 4x to 2x, but it doesn't seem to be able to solve the case of this 3x here. So I think what we could do is actually just try and split this up. So like sine 4x, we could just split it 3x plus x, okay, in hopes that we can get a 3x out. For the second one, we're just going to do the same thing, 3x minus of x. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Cosine 3x. So from here, what I'm going to do next is just going to use the addition formula. That will be sine a plus b. So it's sine 3x cosine x plus cosine 3x sine x. Okay, then after which we get the subsequent one. I will say that just bracket this out. Then that will be sine 3x cosine x minus cosine 3x sine x. This is cosine 3x. Okay, so once done, I'm going to just write this out nicely so that I don't skip any step there. Sine x, then bracket sine 3x cosine x plus cosine 3x sine x. A lot of things to write. Okay, so from here, just take note that this would be a zero pair. So minus it out, sine 3x minus sine 3x cosine x minus sine 3x cosine, just minus it up. Then these two will add it up, where we just add both of these up, right? This and this, add it up. So this case here, what we get is 2 cosine 3x sine x equals to cosine 3x. Okay, now this is important. Don't cancel it out because this in itself is a solution, right? Cosine 3x equals to 0 is a solution. So one of the common mistake that students make is just cancel this out, okay? So what I'm saying is that just bring it over, factorize it. Don't divide both sides by cosine 3x. So sine x minus cosine 3x equals to 0. Then this is cosine 3x to sine x minus 1 equals to 0. All right, so from here, cosine 3x equals to 0. 2 sine x minus 1 equals to 0. So cosine 3x equals to 0. I know that this would give us, okay, maybe I'll just do this first. Sine x equals to half. All right, so this case here, sine x equals to half. I know that my quadrant here is only from Q1 and Q2. So to solve this is just essentially the basic angle alpha sine inverse half. So sine half is 30 degrees, right? So this case here, sine inverse half is 30 degrees. So 30 degrees divided by 180 pi. That will be pi over 6. All right. So essentially x could be in quadrant 1 or quadrant 2, right? Because sine x is positive. So this case here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this as pi over 6. Then this essentially is alpha. Then this will be pi minus alpha, which is actually 5 over 6 pi. Just take pi minus a 6, right? Pi or 6 pi. So this is for this side of the equation. What we need to worry next is cosine 3x. Okay. So this is maybe slightly trickier, but let's see. So cosine 3x. This case here, I know that x is from 0 to pi. So when multiplied by 3, this will be 0, 3x to 3 pi. Okay, so 3x should be between 0 to 3 pi. So this case here, what I'm going to do is actually cosine 3x, cosine 0 will mean that 3x is equals to, okay, cosine 0 will mean that pi over 2 or 3 over 2 pi. Okay, so it's either in the, because cosine is 0 when we are in, okay, we could just try to illustrate this. Okay, cosine is 0. So y goes to cosine x. Cosine is 0 when at these two juncture here. So y and x, right? So this is actually, this is 2 pi, this is pi, this is pi over 2, and this guy here is 3 over 2 pi. Alright. So essentially this is pi over 2, 3. So meaning to say, now we've gotten this already, but we need all the range from pi over 2, 3 over 2 pi to 0 to 3 pi. So I'm going to just add this up. Plus 2 pi plus 2 pi. Alright. So this will give us 5 over 2 pi. And this will give us 7 over 2 pi. So this case here, we know that this is definitely out of range. Okay, so this is already 3.5 pi. So this is not what we want, but we need this because 0 to 3 pi, this is 3 things. So essentially from this case there, we solve for the angle pi over 2, 3 over 2 pi, and 5 over 2 pi. Divide by 3, there will be pi over 6. 3, so 3 over 2 divided by 6. That will give us 1/4 pi and 5 over 6 pi. Oh, wow. Okay. Seems like it's the same. So there are two overlap angles here. So essentially this is the answer. I key in wrongly. This is actually half a pi. Okay, so hence this will give us x equals to pi over 6. Pi over 2. Maybe I just write it nicely. So hence x is equals to 6 pi, half a pi, and 5 over 6 pi. Okay, so that's how we do this question here proficiently. If you have any questions at all, please let us know and I'll see you in the next question.